You're in your salon suite and it's getting tougher and tougher to make ends meet. Let's figure out why this is happening. Hi, my name is Chloe, Glam Nail Sultan, Glam Goodies, Chloe the Nail Tex Coach in these YouTube streets, and I'm here to help you make money in your nail business. Now, typically I'm teaching lessons on how to airbrush nails and how to build your clientele with airbrush nails, but I've been getting a lot of questions and comments, and I've been seeing a lot of the girls comment in the different Facebook groups and Reddit groups about how hard it is to make money in a nail salon suite. A lot of girls are getting into salon suites without having a full clientele. They're not exactly sure how much they need to make in order to maintain that salon suite, or they're working a part-time job or a full-time job and then have added a salon suite to start building up that clientele. That is all fine and dandy, but the issue that I'm seeing is a lot of techs are not sure how much money they need to generate in a salon when they're working in order to remain profitable or even break even. So we're going to go through that today. Today's video is super important. I currently work in a suite and have for the last 15 years. And while it's had its ups and downs, I always knew what my profit point was, and that's what I book for. So let's break down our salon suite cost to make sure that we can be profitable. Once you understand exactly how much it costs you to operate in the salon, then you'll know how you need to price your services and how you need to budget that salon money in order to build that clientele. Knowing the cost to operate your salon suite is super important, because without that number, you actually don't know how much this business is really costing you. And although you sign a lease and they say it's only $199 a week, there's still additional costs that you will incur because you're operating out of a suite. And there's a profit number that you can get based on the number of days that you're going to be able to work, especially if you're working more than one job at a time. So if you're working 2 to 3 days a week, that's actually less than working a full 5 days a week, obviously. And those 2 to 3 days a week, you need to make up not just the money that it costs you to be in the suite, but you need to make additional over and above so that you can have a profit. Let's get to our numbers. We're going to calculate exactly how much it costs us to operate in the salon suite per day. And we're going to use the current salon suite rate that I have right now in my salon suite. Now, I also want you to expect that year after year, when you renew your lease with your salon suite owner, there will be a 3 to 5% rate increase on whatever you're paying. Now, sometimes you can lock it in for, if you sign a lease for 2 years or 3 years, and they'll get you a cheaper rate, and so your rate increase will be less, but there'll still be an increase. Why? Because the owner of the salon suite is actually probably going to end up paying more on their lease, and that is because market rates increase, taxes increase, and all of that is actually passed down to the consumer. So let's find out how much it is for us to operate our salon suite weekly. Now, my total weekly rent is $285, and I work in my salon suite 4 days a week. I work Tuesday through Friday. I work Tuesday through Friday. So we're going to take that $285 and divide it by 4. That gives me a number of $71.25, which means that even before I make any money, I have to make $71.25. But that's not the total, right? That's definitely not the total. That's just how much I need to make at least per day to cover what the salon rent is for that week. Additional costs that I add to my operational salon suite costs are my cell phone, because I spend majority of my time working on my cell phone when I'm doing client pictures, payment processing, YouTube video creation, reels creation to get new clients, emails, all these things, making the ads and stuff to run on Facebook, monitoring all of that is actually done on my cell phone. I have a computer that I use sometimes, but majority of the time I'm doing that on my cell phone. So my full cell phone cost is going towards the business. Then I have a cleaning person that comes and they'll do a deep clean of my salon suite once a month, and that's $75. Why do I have somebody do that? Because they're going to touch everything and get all the dust off the bottles, and I just do it in between, and she cleans deeper than me. Like, I clean surface and she's like nooks and crannies. Okay. Then I have business insurance, which is super important, because even though the salon suite owner has insurance on the business, they don't have insurance for my part of the business, which means I need to protect my own interests. And also, if something happens catastrophic, like a fire or the building is struck by lightning or anything else like that, how would I recoup the cost of all of the product that I bought at today's rate? The number one reason for business insurance is to recoup your cost of the product at the current rate of the market. That's what kind of insurance I have. I had to get an extra rider, right? Because the cost for me to buy this gel polish even a year ago was way cheaper than it is for me to buy it now because of the new tariffs and the different taxes that we have to pay as business owners and product users, right? The next thing is supplies. And I typically buy supplies, like I referenced in my other video, once a month. But my reusables, like the gloves, the face masks, the files, all of those things that are one-time use, I buy those in bulk for 3 months. Marketing, ads, flyers, and subscriptions. So we have subscription for the payment processor. I actually only watch TV at work. So Paramount. What else do the clients like? They like Netflix and they like Hulu for reality TV. So I have all those subscriptions so we can watch TV at the shop because they have internet here and they have streaming. So that knocks out that, and it also keeps them entertained while they're getting their nails done. So total operating expenses, including my rent for the 4 weeks, is actually $2,100. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. It's $2,100. And I work 16 days out of the month, right? Because I work 4 days a week, 4 times a month. That comes up to 16. The total cost of operating my business in a salon suite is $2,100. We're going to divide that by 16. That means I need to make $131 a day just to cover the business costs. Now, you can do the same formulas in order to get the numbers for yourself. If you like Chloe, I'm not going to do all that. You can click below in the description, and I have put the link to this spreadsheet so you can pop in your own numbers and then figure out how much it's costing you to operate this business. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, like, but why do I even need to know that? I know I'm making money every day. If you don't know how much you need, then you might not be making enough. Like, you might need to add a few more days to your salon days, or you might need to up your price points. This is video number 2 in a 4-video series where I'm going over how you can be more profitable in your nail business, all by knowing your numbers. Make sure you stick with me through the whole series. I'm making sure to walk you through step by step the numbers that you need to look at so that you can be profitable and not frustrated in your nail business. And that's really the most important part, because the girls on Reddit are crying that they went to nail school and they're not making any money. And I think the number one reason that they're not making any money is because they don't know how much they need to make in order to thrive and not survive. Take this video, share it out any of your other nail friends who are stuck, who are crying, who probably got a nail suite and aren't sure why they're not making money, because they definitely need this information. I want you to like, share, and subscribe, and then stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, and have a great one.